The other day I was sitting there with Dante and Nick, and I was like, technically, golf is t-ball too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Who are you?
You know, I've been thinking. I don't know. I'm still figuring that out, but I don't know. I'm kind of an overthinker, but I'm also kind of trying to just live in the moment.
I mean, I think that's makes sense. Do you think that I'm thinking too much about this whole thing?
See, that's the thing. Literally, I was like, yeah, what do I even say to that? But
it's interesting because in all the times that I've asked people who are you, just in the normal videos and other videos and things that I've been making, it's I ask people who are you, and they either just say their name or something completely different. So it's so weird. It's either a very simple answer or it's something that's overthought.
See, that's the thing. I was like, yeah, the easy answer is I'm Brice, but that doesn't, I don't know.
It doesn't feel enough.
That doesn't even really feel right. I like to think of myself more as a forest fairy, sort of, just kind of floating around, doing whatever.
That's fire. Names are something I think about a lot. Because names really don't belong to us. It's something that everybody else's. You know?
It's so nice to hear you say that. Because no, literally, I mean, I'm a junior and Brice Jr. It was always my dad's name, and I don't know, whenever adults were over or anything, they'd always say Brice, I was like, hello, and they're never talking to me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of one of those things where, I mean, it's kind of cool to be a junior, but it's also kind of weird because everyone thinks firstborn son should be the junior and stuff, and
it also comes with I think being a junior, not that I would know, but
yeah.
It comes almost as a pretense because I feel like people almost expect a certain thing from you.
See, I know a lot of people expect me to be just like my dad.
Really?
And yeah, I am in some ways, but not in a lot of ways.
How so in some ways?
I don't know, just kind of growing up and stuff. I was always playing around with engineering sort of stuff, and my dad's an engineer, and I don't know, I do wood burning and things, and I would make a bunch of stuff out of newspapers and rope and things, and he was always kind of looking over my shoulder when he had time.
I can use that as a segue. Where's the question here?
Yeah, that's good.
I feel dumb about this. I hated because this whole thing is meant to be really just natural, but I was there are some questions and things I want to remember and
no,
think.
That's good. You gotta have some sort of
Okay, I remember. So speaking on your family and how big your family is, even then, obviously all of you are going to be very different, but you have such a different perspective and lifestyle and things. What was the point of this question? Do you feel that more as a positive thing for you, or do you feel it gives you some sort of strain? Do you compare yourself to them often in a negative or positive way at all?
I'd say it goes both ways. I mean, there's definitely a lot of times where if the whole family's together and especially at church and things like that, my mom's this is my whole family, and all those kind of things. Everyone kind of expects everyone to say hello and mind their manners and everything, kind of be the same. But then I don't know, yeah, once you get to know everybody, everyone's pretty much completely different.
I don't know, does your family have and the way that your family has been, and in regards to everything, how much does that affect your art and what you make?
I don't know. I think it actually really helps me just see all different perspectives. I mean, I don't see all the perspectives definitely, but I don't know. It kind of helps me think yeah, I don't know, would burn that like this or something if she looked at it, and just things like that where, especially when I get into more of the homoerotic section and stuff, I'm I like to disguise things a little bit so I make it look like a nice picture that maybe my mom would hang up, but then there's dicks and stuff everywhere.
That's kind of clever.
Kind of blended in, yeah.
It's kind of clever.
It kind of makes me think, I don't know if it's actually true or not, this is just a rumor I heard, but supposedly in the Sistine Chapel, there's one person is actually painted just right, so he's mooning whoever's sitting in the Pope's chair.
Was going through because I've told you, like, I'm a big fan of your art. I was, like, going through your Instagram and, like, trying to think of, like, there's any specific pieces that, like, I found to be, like, really interesting. And all of them, I was, like, going through it, I was like, wait, there's a lot here that I really find interesting. But something I wanted to bring up, but something I wanted to bring up specifically is, like, because obviously, like, I mentioned it in our previous conversation, like, something that I found was, like, you know, the crosses here and there, like, things about religion. But there is a very strong piece of, like, sexuality in what you do. And, like, at what point did you feel, like, comfortable, like, sharing those even, like, to an extent?
To be completely honest, I'm not really comfortable with it. I just, like, I mean, that's just what I do. I'm kind of saying, fuck it, and hopefully it'll help me get comfortable. Because, like, yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it has started to help you get comfortable?
I definitely has, yeah. But, I mean, I've come a long way. Like, 2 years ago, I wasn't even out or anything, and, like, I wouldn't even talk to, like, anyone who was gay pretty much. And now it's, like, completely turned around. And I don't know, I mean, I've still got a lot of work to do. I'm, like, recovering Catholic still, but, like, I think I've come a long way, and that's helped a lot.
Hi.
Hi. Nothing to say?
No.
Okay,
It's
good.
a cute dog.
Oh yeah, shouts out all the people playing frisbee and shit. Alright.
Frisbee, it's ultimate disc golf.
When last time we talked, I think I thought this was just one of the most interesting things but also it's definitely also, you know, traumatic for you. Is like, so you told me about how, like, there was a point where, like, something closely resembling an exorcism that you had gone through.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to ask, like, how does that affect you at all? Like, 'cause that's something that's so big, and it's just like, I've never heard of anything even remotely like that happening to anybody I know. Like, does that affect you when you think about it?
Oh yeah, my entire life I've always felt there's something, like, kind of in me that's just not right. Like, not like where I needed an exorcism or something, but that made me feel like
Different.
just being me wasn't right. I always felt like I was kind of a thorn in my parents' side. Like, they never really, they were always just trying to find things to fix me or something. And, like, I don't know, I didn't. Maybe I did need fixing, but I don't need fixing. Like, at the
I don't
same
think
time.
I don't
know.
think you definitely did not need fixing.
I just
No.
need the hug, you know.
Damn. That's.
But I mean, it goes both ways though, because, like, I would get really mad. Like, I would scare myself too. Like, I was suicidal even back then. Like, I would bang my head against the wall and, like, choke myself, and, like, I would bite my arm until it bled and shit. And, like, that was before even 10 years old. That was, like, 8 or 9 years old. So, like, I mean, if I had a kid and he was doing that, I would freak the fuck out. I wouldn't know what to do. And, I mean, I went to several therapists and stuff, and that was kind of the last stop, doing the exorcism thing.
Right. Well, I mean, and naturally, like, you know, in the Catholic Church, like, the actual teaching is, like, that's your last, like, resort.
Yeah. No, and it was, definitely. We met with the priest several times, and we would go to adoration and shit all the time, and I think we had, like, 2 or 3 sessions where he, like, prayed over me. Sure. Oh, anyway, so yeah, so this is one thing I need to, like, just get on record. So, like, that was the main deciding thing, was, like, the priest asked me, he was like, do you remember anything? Because that's the thing, if, like, another thing took over my body and it was, like, possession, then I wouldn't remember anything, right?
Right.
And I told him, like, no, I don't remember anything. But what I meant was that I wish I didn't remember anything, because I did remember everything. So that's how I know, like, I wasn't possessed, but that's why he thought I was.
That fear tactic of, like, what's real
See,
and what's
that's
not.
the thing. I was like, if I say I do remember this, then they're going to be like, oh, fuck, you're a bad person. Like, if I can just blame it on a demon, like, fuck, I'm a great guy.
Knowing all of that like, you went through and, like, talking to you now, I don't hear someone who's angry. And again, a lot of it is because of you learn to deal with it, I think, in a way, like, with art and everything.
No, that's the thing. Like, a couple months ago, I asked my mom, I knew she kept a journal, and I was like, I need to know, like, what you wrote down right after that. And because in her mind, it fixed me immediately. I was good for the rest of the year. But in her journal, it was like 2 weeks afterwards, I got really mad again. And 3 weeks after that, I got really mad again. And then 4 weeks after that, I got really mad again. And then it went like 2 months. And then I got really mad again. And then it went like 6 months. And then I got really mad. So like, in my mind, I was just learning how to finally stuff it down after years of not being able to.
Or cope with it, like. You know,
Or, yeah.
Do you still feel like there's something wrong with you?
Not anymore, really. See, that's the thing. No, that's what coming out really helped me with. I almost feel like that had a big part to do with it. I just don't remember a whole lot from like before 10 years old. Like I remember like lots of different things, of course, but especially like before 6 years old, I don't remember a whole lot. So I kind of wonder, like, I mean, they definitely sent messages that being gay wasn't okay. Like, I remember one specific thing, like, we were at the store or something, and my grandma was like, go get, like, they had, like, these handkerchiefs or whatever, and she's like, get one you like, and I'll buy it for you. And I'm like, oh, I got the Care Bear one. I love this. It's so good. And then she's like, no, you're getting the Batman one. And, like, another thing, actually, I find this to be really hilarious. Like, when I came out to my parents, I was like, I don't know how to say it. So I'm just like, I don't know if you guys know or not, pretty much. And they're like, oh, no, we don't know. But literally, I would steal my sister's, like, calico critters and her little dolls and stuff. It got to the point they had to put a lock on her door so I wouldn't steal her dolls anymore. Head right here that's like getting choked by like 7 different hands, and then this other thing that comes around the outside is going to be like a drip of something coming down on the head. I don't know.
Like you use a lot of sewing techniques and things like that. Like, where'd that come from? Like, where'd that idea come from? That's such a cool thing. Like,
I don't know, I always kind of liked it. My sister taught me how to sew when I was younger. Let's see, when I was in like 7th grade, I think, I was doing this online school where they had to do like, you make a lot of projects for your social studies thing. So I made a bunch of costumes. I made like a kimono. I made like a founding fathers kind of costume. I made like
that's so cool.
A costume and like a bunch of shit.
That's so cool. What the heck?
I always kind of enjoyed it.
I know. Actually, I just noticed the sewing machine. It was just like this. I didn't realize like how, because like there's a one piece that you had posted that was just like things you would stitch together, and so I didn't know to like what level like.
That one I did just by hand. Yeah, that one was too hard for this sewing machine. It was all canvas. That's one of my favorite ones, though. I gave that to my sister for her birthday.
I think it's dope that you like. That's just like a having other people's art. It's cool.
Other clients made me that. She was teaching me how to quilt, and she made me that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to quilt. I don't know how to quilt. Kira, do you know how to quilt?
No.
Should you? I think you'd be good at quilting. I don't know.
You just cut out the patterns, just line everything up, and stitch. Like,
Okay, yeah.
You just make sure you stitch the same amount the entire time, like a 1/4 inch or something away from the edge. And if you do it right, it's supposed to come out looking perfect.
Two more questions now still. One with them, are you proud of your artwork now? Are you proud of like at least getting to be proud of like where you're at right now?
I would say I'm pretty proud of it. Like, I don't know. I'm more proud of the fact that like I can create stuff that actually makes me feel better. Because like a lot of times I would just kind of paint and be like, whatever, that looks like shit, and I still feel like shit. But I've started to be able to kind of like get an image in my head where like, this is what you need to make to feel better, and I make it and I feel better. And I don't know, it's helped a lot.
That's good. That's dope. And I guess last question. Who are you?
Oh shit. Like everything I just said.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm me. I'm like, I don't know, kind of everything that's happened in my life, but also at the same time, I try to be none of it, sort of, and just kind of live in the present.
You got anything? Camera?
Something going through my head.
What's going through your head?
Good soup.
Good soup?
Good soup.
Do you want soup?
Ooh, fun, good soup. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap for here. Cool. What did we do today, Kira?
Today we had a great day.
Great day of what?
Filming and talking and picturing and doing the thing.
Doing the thing?
Doing the thing.
What's the thing?
Some super cool shit. Get ready.
Yeah.